Yo, good afternoon. Freedom marchers, freedom family, freedom lovers, freedom fighters. It is Sunday, July 28th, 2024. And man, it's quite the beautiful day, man. 86 degrees, partly cloudy skies, nice fresh air, you know what I'm saying? All the trees, the greenery, looking beautiful. You know what I'm saying? As I make my way back to Georgia for the week. Man, I love it. I love it out here, man. I'm glad I left the mean streets of California, the mean streets of Los Angeles, to make it here, man. Now, there's still a lot of work to be done to make this a free country, but it's work that we can and will do, right? Anyway, it was good. I wanted to do something a little different today because I think it's time to start trying to reach certain types of individuals, to help them gain some perspective, to show them that I understand where they are in their lives right now, because a lot of people aren't ready to make the transition to freedom-mindedness. Very few people are ready for that. And you know, we know, those of us who think along the same lines of myself, we know that the kabuki theater is real. And we also know, and this is basic common sense, we know that the execution is not perfect. The execution of the dog and pony show, the kabuki theater, is not perfect. It's not. It can't be. Nothing runs so perfectly that there are no flaws and no mistakes. And as often as we can, we need to exploit those mistakes. We need to analyze them. We need to look at them and see how we can take advantage of that. Because that's what they do, right? The elite power class. The elite power structure, they do the same thing. Except we're constantly making mistakes as individuals who aren't part of the elite class. Those of us who aren't part of the elite class, we don't have the mentality that these people do. Well, not all of us. Very few of us on this side have the way of thinking that these people have. And that's why they're in the position they're in right now. That's why they're able to do what they do. This is why they're able to push their agendas and get their agendas achieved. Because there is a certain level of ruthlessness from which they operate that most of us do not. It's organized ruthlessness. And those of us in the proletariat class who aren't as organized as them, that are as ruthless, well, those are the people that commit crimes amongst other proletariats. Those are the robbers. Those are the, the murderers. Those are the people who have unguided aggression to take out. There will always be those people. And then there are those who are more along the lines of myself, right? That can exercise a level of ruthlessness, but have a moral center that can't be compromised. Because if it were compromised, I would have been compromised a long time ago when I was growing up in Compton and South Central. I would have become one of those ruthless people that preyed upon their own. Well, I did not. I saw the error in that early on. And what I want to do today is I want to get into the mind of the statist. Yes, I wanted to try something new. This is something I kind of want to do here and now on this channel, is to act as though I'm a statist. Think like a statist, because I'm naturally not a statist. I've always been a rebel. I've always been one to go against authority and all that type of shit. Like, I have a problem with authority. You know what I'm saying? I have a problem with authority from individuals I feel don't deserve that level level of authority. What have you done? What have you done to have that authority over other individuals? I've always been against that. I've always been against the assigned power. Assigned power for the sake of assigning power to keep other people down. Because that's what authority is there to do, keep you down. But I wanted to come from the point of view of a statist so I can address this Kamala Harris thing. And why, if I were a statist and I were a voting individual, and if I were a common citizen who felt like my vote counted and I wanted a good president and all this other type of shit, why Kamala Harris would be a horrible president. She would be a horrible president. Coming from the mind state of a statist, I understand that. And I feel it's important because you got people like the clown shoe Lucas, or Lucasia as I now call him, because he has decided to turn into a black woman and support Kamala Harris because she's a so-called black woman. Now, aside from Kamala Harris's born identity or whatever the case may be, whatever she decides she wants to be today, whether she's an Indian or a black woman or whatever she decides, we're not gonna get into that. We're gonna get into policy-wise why Kamala Harris would be a horrible president from the point of view of a statist. Now, if I were a statist, if I were one who believed in the left-right paradigm line, I would probably be a Republican or a conservative, right? Understand that naturally most black people in the United States are inherently conservative, right? They're inherently conservative, but you know, they want you to believe that if you black, you have to vote Democrat. You have to vote for Kamala Harris. Oh, Joe Biden said it. If you're trying to wonder if you want to vote for me or Trump, you ain't black. You see, this is what they push. This is the narrative they push on black people as whole. Joe Biden said black people, unlike Hispanics, are a monolith, right? Or he said the opposite. He said, you know, unlike black people, Hispanics are not a monolith, right? But that's what they want us to be. Doesn't mean that we are. See, we are confused. Black people are confused in this country because they feel like, well, I have to be a liberal because liberals are looking out for me. Liberals are giving me free shit. Liberals are doing this or doing that. When at the end of the day, that's not really the end goal. The end goal is to replace your black ass. Because they know they can no longer play this charade where, oh, they're looking out for black people. People are starting to wake up to the fact that the Democratic Party is not really for them. And in reality, the Republican Party is not for them either. In reality, black people should be independents. If we were statists, right? If we believed in this shit, if we believe in this political structure, black people should be independents, or they should have their own party. Good morning, Sunshine. How you doing? How you doing? I'm gonna reach out to you after this live stream, by the way, if you got time. Anyway, so black people at the end of the day, they should really be independents, right? And why? Well, because they need to be independent. They need to be independent. We need to break away from this two-party system, right? We need to break away from this two-party system because we're limiting ourselves, right? As voters, as statists, as people that believe in this democracy or this democratic republic or this constitutional republic, whatever they want to tell you it is, we need to be independent. We need our own voice as black people. And people will have you believe that Kamala Harris is that voice. Kamala Harris is for black people. And like the clown shoe Lucas said, they believe, or Lucasia, my bad, the clown shoe Lucasia said that Kamala Harris is the last hope for black folks. What? But this is a guy who calls himself an independent. But he hitches his wagon to Kamala Harris, who is not a black woman. She is a woman of color with a Jamaican father, whose grandparents and all that were slave owners, and an Indian mother. She is a first generation American citizen, right? So at the end of the day, how can she truly be for black folks, or essentially foundational black folks in this country? She can't, number one. So that's why she would be a horrible president for black people. She don't give a shit about your black ass. Understand something. She is part of an administration that facilitated the invasion of this country by millions and millions of people through the southern border that we have no clue of their identity. We have no clue who they are. They have not been vetted. They've been given court dates that they do not come to. This is a woman who helped ensure that black folks can be easily replaced as the majority minority. We are gradually and steadily becoming the minority. And thanks to the influx of immigrants, illegal or criminal aliens, as however you want to say it, facilitated by the Biden administration, deliberately facilitated by the Biden administration, this is what's going to happen. And it's going to get worse if Kamala Harris becomes president. That alone is the reason to not want her as president. Because with a Harris administration, we are going to get even more illegal immigration. The only reason they are acting like they don't want it now is because they want to act like, yeah, we're trying to close the border. We're trying to stem the tide of immigrants. No, motherfucker. For the first 3 years of the administration, they allowed these motherfuckers in. They tried to push legislation to make them legal just like that without going through any process. And this is the woman y'all say is the last hope for black people and black women. Let me speak to y'all real quick. Y'all think that this chick represents y'all? You think she represents y'all? No. She has a white husband. A white husband and even less black children. Kamala Harris also calls herself the prosecutor president. Does that sound good to y'all? The prosecutor president. Y'all want a prosecutor president? The prosecutor that when she was the Attorney General of California held people beyond their sentences to perform cheap labor, held a man on death row despite evidence to show that he did not deserve to be on death row. The same woman who prosecuted millions of black people for marijuana usage and also used marijuana herself and laughed about it when they asked her about it, trying to be cool. She trying to be cool, right? She wearing her little Air Force Ones, whatever the fuck Chucks, whatever the fuck she wearing, all this other type of shit, going on BET, acting like she down, acting like she a down sister. This is what y'all want? That's y'all queen? This is y'all queen. This is who y'all want in the White House running shit. There are 1,000,001 reasons why this chick should not be president. Coming from the mind of a statist. Coming from the mind of an individual who believes in the system. Right? She would be a horrible president Why else? Foreign policy. She is part of an administration. An administration she will inherit and continue in her own administration. A woman who believes in endless war. A woman who is part of an administration that is facilitating multiple wars in the Middle East and Eastern Europe. She is a vice president currently of an administration who is giving weapons and money to Israel and Ukraine to perpetuate death and destruction. Kamala Harris has shown you how she will behave as a president dealing with these wars. Right? She came out. There was a protest against the genocide of the Palestinian people at the hands of the Israeli government. She conflates the protest of genocide perpetuated and perpetrated by Israel. She conflated that with, oh, you're supporting Hamas. If you go against the Israeli government slaughtering thousands of people that have nothing to do with Hamas and Hamas's actions, you conflate that with supporting Hamas. And you got called out. Because that's what they were protesting. They were protesting the genocide of innocent children, men and women that are not party to the actions of Hamas. But this is the last hope for black people. This is a woman that y'all want to run the free world. Because, the president of the United States, they are the leader of the free world, right? The leader of the free world, right? This woman is already performing the work she will perform as president of the United States starting next year, if she gets the vote, if she becomes elected. Because the actions of this administration is the actions of her administration, part 2. Yeah, she was waiting in the wings. She was acting like she's not really doing anything as the vice president, right? Everybody's like, oh, what's Kamala's been? Kamala ain't doing shit. No. She's doing exactly what she gonna do when she becomes president. She's going to continue the actions of the Biden administration. That's what she's going to do. Oh, but guess what? When Biden dropped out of the race and endorsed Kamala Harris, what happened? What did Obama say? Obama said, oh, well, we need a process during the Democratic National Convention or whatever the fuck. Oh, we need to have a process to put the right person in that seat, to put the right person to elect the right candidate or to put forth the right candidate, right? He told y'all that. That's what he said. And everybody's like, oh, see, there's a turmoil within the Democratic Party. Oh, they're at war, and the civil war in the Democratic Party it's Obama against the Bidens and Obama against the Clintons, blah, 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 trying to determine who the candidate is. No. But what did he end up doing at the end of the day, before the Democratic National Convention? He endorses Kamala Harris. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So the fight that he put up, the resistance that he displayed to Kamala becoming the presidential candidate, the Democratic presidential candidate, was a farce. It was bullshit. It was all part of the plan, y'all. All part of the plan. All part of the plan. And she is the perfect target for personal attacks, right? Once somebody came out, a Republican came out and said, no, it's not Republican. What's her name? Goddamn. She's a YouTuber. She's covering a lot of the political stuff now. God damn it. I'll think of her name. I can't think of it right now. But she said, "Oh, there's really nothing for them to go after on Kamala Harris." Are you kidding me? There's plenty. There's plenty to go on and attack in terms of her policies, in terms of her history as the prosecutor, the head prosecutor of California. But there's also a lot of personal things that they can attack. And that's what they want you to focus on. They want you to focus on her being the original Hawk Tuah girl, right? Because that's the whole thing now. Kamala Harris is the OG Hawk Tuah girl, right? She slept her way to the top. She, she is a home wrecker, right? You know what I'm saying? She slobbed knobs on her way to the top. She slobbed knobs on the way to the top. And they want Trump to focus on that. Because guess what? Guess what? The modern woman is going to come to her defense. Right? They're going to come to her defense. All this was played out perfectly. Right? All this was played out perfectly. Once Donald Trump attacks the original Hawk Tuah girl, right? Who now everyone considers a black woman for whatever reason, right? You know, there's still some people that know that she's not black, that she's, a woman of color. Oh, they're going to come to her defense because an attack. All right, am I back, y'all? Throw one in the chat if I'm back. This guy says 1975 worst something. Worst. Telling me I sound like a Trump supporter. Well, if you look at the title, and if you were here during the beginning of this live stream, I am playing the part of a statist. You understand? This is play acting. This is me telling you, talking about Kamala Harris from the perspective of a statist. Well, not a statist in general, but me. If I were a statist, yes, I would be a Trump supporter. Yes, I would be a Trump supporter if I were actually a statist. But I am not a statist. I am an anarchist, and I don't support any presidential candidate. I don't support any politician. I don't support any authority. I don't support any ruler. So no, I'm not a Trump supporter. But if I were a statist, I would be a Trump supporter. If I believed in the left-right paradigm lie, I would be a Trump supporter, yes, but I'm not. I don't. Because I'm going to do a video on, and I'm from the statist perspective, why Donald Trump should be president. But then I am also going to do a video about why he should not be president. And I can't think of a reason why Kamala should be a president. So I won't do a video about that, because I just can't fathom it. Let's say, take away all of my freedom-mindedness and my anarchistic mind state. I wouldn't think of I couldn't even think of a reason to do a 5-minute video as to why Kamala Harris would be a good president. I can't think of it. There's your answer right there. So, like I was saying about the modern woman, the modern black woman specifically, right? Because there is a divide between modern black women and modern black men politically, right? More black men are aligning themselves with Trump, and more black women are, staying on the side of the Democrats. And so, once Donald Trump attacks Kamala Harris' sexual past, he can forget about he can forget about gaining the black woman's vote. That's going to be gone, right? There are going to be some black women that are going to ride with Trump, but he can forget about maybe 90-something% of black women are going to ride with Kamala Harris. But it won't help Kamala, because most black men are going to go to the side of Trump. They don't care about J.D. Vance and what J.D. Vance says. J.D. Vance is seemingly this red pill guy who said a lot of shit that red pill men say nowadays. Not just the black woman from the black man, woman in general. Man from woman in general, but more so black people. Because for whatever reason, we are very polarized when it comes to politics. Whereas most white people, man, and the females and males of the white community are less so divided. There are going to be more white women that are going to go with Trump than Kamala Harris. Yes, she does have some white women supporters, but more of those white women are going to ride with Trump, because for the most part, white women follow the lead of their white male counterparts. That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? Black women don't really do that, especially nowadays. Black women, they don't fall in. They don't fall under the leadership of their black male counterparts, because they view us as weak. They view us as powerless. They view us as, well, we don't have effective black male leaders. So they feel like they have to step up and do the job. And they feel like, well, there goes our black men following behind some white guy, falling in line with a white Donald Trump. So black women, they are less inclined to follow the lead of their black male counterparts. They resent us if we try to step up as leaders, but then they shit on us for trying to be leaders. You understand what I'm saying? This is just the reality. I'm not even speaking as a statist right now. This is from what I am seeing in the atmosphere of everything right now. Black women do not respect black men as leaders. They don't. And this was by design, of course. This was by design. This was orchestrated by COINTELPRO. This was orchestrated by COINTELPRO. Yes, indeed. This was orchestrated by the welfare state, because they gave black women an option outside of black men to provide, not protect, because we know the welfare state does not protect black women, right? Or black children, or impoverished children in general. So they feel like they don't need us. They don't need us. And now they are, and not just welfare recipient black women, also black women that have careers and doing this and doing that. Well, they feel like they don't need us, because they can go out and make their own money. They can go out and do this. They can go out and do that. They don't need us for shit. And when we tried to demonstrate that you would be best to fall under our covering, they resent us for it. Like I said, they resent us for trying to be leaders, and they resent us for not being leaders. That's just what I'm seeing. You're voting for Daffy Duck. You funny. Oh. Yes, so divide and conquer, right? And what are they doing? They are feminizing black men. They're feminizing men in general, but more so black men. Because they know when black men step up as leaders, we are highly effective leaders. Highly effective leaders. And they don't want that. Yeah. Yep. So, Kamala Harris would be a horrible president because it's just going to be the continuation of the Biden administration. We are going to see more inflation. We're going to see more illegal border crossings and the encouragement of sanctuary cities, right? That's going to perpetuate. We're going to see more murder and mayhem at the hands of these criminals, and that's going to continue. It's going to continue, and that's just what it is. It's going to be another 4 years of that. Another 4 years of what we see right now. And black people, you're not going to improve. Our situation is not going to improve under Kamala Harris. Will it improve under Donald Trump? Yes. Because it was already when Donald Trump was president, things were improving for everybody financially. You know, more black businesses opened up during the Trump administration. There was more ability to do this and do that. That's just what happened. As a statist, coming from a statist mindset and observing what happened and actually it happening for me, I made the most money and saved the most money and had the most opportunity under the Donald Trump administration. That's just what it is. And within 2 or 3 days of Biden becoming president, all that came crashing down. Why? All those executive orders that he initiated. He initiated all these executive orders that brought us to this position that we're in right now, with the inflation, with the illegal immigration, all that type of shit. You see, this is the thing that people think. People think that, oh well, the economy, oh it was already improving under Obama. You know, Trump inherited a great economy from Obama. Well, that's not true, because Trump did certain things that boosted the economy, like drill baby drill, the Keystone pipeline, the oil all of it. A lot of it had to do with you know, good trade agreements that benefited the United States, right? All the tariffs against China and all this other type of shit. These things improved our economy. It brought us into a damn near surplus. It reduced a lot of debt. Yes, we are in a hell of a deficit, a hellified deficit, and a great good debt was being put in that by the actions of the Trump administration. That's just the reality, right? Drill baby drill. That was a key part of it. The trade agreements, the tariffs that he did, ending wars, that also saved us money. When we're not at war, we're saving money. You understand what I'm talking about? And so, why were we in these wars in the first place? I'm talking about our wars. I'm talking about the wars we were in, not the proxy wars. I'm talking about the wars that we were in. Afghanistan, Iraq, oil, right? The real reason we were over there, not weapons of mass destruction, not the lie they pushed. No. Well, we didn't need to be in war over their oil. Why? Because we were producing our own oil over here. We were drilling, we were rich in oil. Yes, I know, the environment, right? Oh yeah, all the oil, this, that, third. Oh, it's doing this and that. Right? Okay. Yeah. We're destroying our country, the world. We're destroying Earth. No, the Earth will destroy us before we destroy it. We'll get wiped out, and the next apex species will arise from it. It might be cats. Cats might evolve into motherfucking goddamn bipedals with motherfucking advanced thought. Who knows? Our time will come to an end. That's just what happens. Are we speeding it up? Are we not? Who knows? I can tell you what, the Earth has been a lot hotter The earth has been a lot hotter than it is right now. Yes. The Mississippi River used to be an ocean. If y'all don't understand that. The polar ice caps were non-existent for a good period of time on Earth. We go in and out of ice ages. That's just the reality of how this world works. That's why if you go to Utah, there is sea salt in Utah. Ancient sea salt. Why? Because there was an ocean. There was an ocean. The Mississippi River was an ocean in a great distance across the United States. So, I mean, the earth has been hotter. They tell you, oh well, record highs. No, that's just the record high of this month, right? It's going to be another record. It's been hotter days back in the last century. There were hotter days in the century before that. It is just what it is. There's not going to be a steady temperature every day all year round on Earth. That's just not how this shit works. He keeps saying he is not with any party. He is telling you, whatever. This guy, he thinks I'm a Trump supporter. It's all good, Let him think that. It's all good. Let's just know I'm very in tune with the statist mind, and I can convey their thoughts because I have an understanding. And understanding is the key, right? You Trump supporters are the reason I'll vote for it. Good for you. Good for you. Lost respect for me. Oh, Sunshine, you ain't got to delete him. You ain't got to block him. Yeah, I believe in free speech. Let them say what they got to say. Oh, well, if they trolling, yeah, get rid of them. Because people have the right of free speech. Trolls don't, right? Yeah. I mean, that's okay. I mean, they can vote. Y'all can vote whoever y'all want to vote for. Y'all know how I feel about voting. Right? When you vote, you're just submitting to the system. You're telling the system that you're going to acquiesce. You're going to acquiesce. You are, every time you vote, you are telling the system that you are in line with it and that you will go along with whatever result happens to come, right? Whatever results from the election you're voting on, you are going to fall in line with that result. So even if your favorite leader does not win the election, that the person you voted for, well, you're telling the system, all right, well, it doesn't matter. I'll still fall under the rulership of the person that did win. That's all you're doing. Lucas always says that not voting is disrespect for it. He's a fucking idiot. See, let me tell you about Lucasha. Lucasha once said that he's not a statist. Our ancestors did not die for the right to vote. Maybe his dumbass ancestors did. Our ancestors did not die for the right to vote. They died for fucking freedom. You understand what I'm saying? They died to be free. They died for equality. And if voting fell under the category of equality, well, that's just what happened to happen, right? Okay, we gained the right to vote while fighting and dying for equality, while dying and fighting for freedom, while dying and fighting for our rights. We didn't die specifically for the right to vote. Now, were people killed trying to vote? Yes. They also were killed for trying to drink water from a water fountain. They were also hung up for going to an ice cream parlor. Did they die for the right to go get ice cream? Lucasha is an idiot. No, they did not die for the right to eat ice cream in an ice cream parlor. It was a symbol of what they were fighting for overall. For freedom, for rights. To be able to do what you want to do. If you can go to the ice cream parlor and get some good ice cream, so should I. That's what they were voting for. I mean, that's what they were dying for. They were dying to be treated. Wow. Throw one in the chat if y'all can hear me. They're buffering my live and kicking people out of my live stream. Anyway, man, Lucasia got it wrong. They didn't die for us to have the right to vote. They died for us to have the right to choose to vote if we wanted to. It wasn't, it was a form of rebellion. It was a form of revolt. They told us that we couldn't vote. We went to try to do it anyway as a symbol of resistance. And if we got killed in the process, that was just a fight for freedom. We died fighting for the freedom to do whatever we wanted to do, including vote. But if we didn't want to vote, well, that's on us. That's not disrespect. You know how you respect your ancestors? You respect your ancestors by not uplifting a woman and backing a woman who said that she would not back you. Holding this woman up as some type of savior or paragon for the black folks that Kamala Harris is not. She said in an interview that she would not do anything for black people, specifically. And she scoffed at it. She scoffed at the idea of doing anything for black people specifically. But she was able to do something for Asians with her administration. Asians, small hats, a number, the elemental P community. She was able to have shit get done for those groups specifically. So that right there is a disrespect to your ancestors. Backing a woman who told you that she ain't gonna do shit for black people is actually disrespectful to your ancestors. Lucasia, the amazing Lucasia, just a bitter black woman and an idiot. We respect our ancestors by continuing to entertain the system that has. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like, what did Martin Luther King say before he died? He said, "Don't even try, you fuck nut." Big ass. Look. The fuck you think you doing, pimp? Fuck you, mother.
Why you trying to hit me, bro?
You trying to hit me, motherfucker? Fuck you. I'm supposed to let your ass merge your big ass in? The fuck you think this is? I'm trying to hit him. I'm driving. You trying to come and cut in front of me? I'm trying to hit him, but he's trying to cut in front of me. Get your ass back. Got me fucked up. I'm trying to hit him. Anyway. I'll let this van merge in front of me. I did my duty. Anyway. So. No, we do not. That's a good point, Jay with open eyes. We respect our ancestors by continuing to entertain a system that has continued to shit on the people. Exactly. That's how you honor your ancestors. Right? You honor your ancestors by upholding a woman who don't give a shit about your black ass. You see, this big ass semi truck tried to hop in front of me. Thought he was just gonna bogart his way in front of me. I don't have a car length in front of the car in front of me. They're doing construction on this highway. I'm just supposed to get over. I'm supposed to let your ass get in front of me because you pulled up. Fuck out of here. Anyway. My union is not pumping her up at all. Well, they would be a fool to pump her up. And y'all try to, if y'all want me to read your comments, try to keep them short so I can read them real quick. But anyway, yeah, unions. See, that's the thing. It was always thought that unions are supposed to back Democrats, blah, blah, blah. Any union would be a fool to back Kamala Harris. You know what I'm saying? So, it'd be foolish. No, you good, Sunshine. It's all good. It's all good. Don't even trip. But yeah, I mean, it's all good. Yeah, I'm still kind of steaming from that dumbass trucker. But I got mad respect for truck drivers, man. They help the country run, right? They do. They help the world run. But, you know, you can't just think that you can just do whatever the fuck you want because you got a big ass semi truck. No. Fuck off. Yeah, like they don't. It's like they don't understand. You're in this big ass vehicle with 8, 9, 10, 12 axles, right? Not axles, but like 4 or 5 axles, and we're merging, right? Because there's construction, so they're closing off one lane, and you're merging. So you feel like because I'm in a work truck, right? I'm in a work pickup. That, oh well, this guy, I can just hop in front of him. No, it don't work like that. You know what I'm saying? Like you trying to bogart your way in. You know? No, it don't work like that. You don't get to come from behind and speed up. Now, if you already were kind of ahead of me, right, or right next to me, and okay, we're merging. Yeah, I would have been like, all right, well, let me let this motherfucker over. No, but you're gonna try to come from behind me after I done already let another vehicle merge in front of me. I'm supposed to let you merge in front of me too? Fuck out of here. Anyway. So yeah, man, I think I'm gonna get off this for now. Thank y'all for coming through. Please hit that like button. And yeah, man, that was kind of fun. Trying to, you know, come from the perspective of a statist. You know, that if I were a statist, I would definitely be a Trump supporter. And I would be going in on Kamala Harris. But because I'm not, because I understand the reality, is fuck both of them, because fuck a president. How about no president in 2024? Anyway, much love, y'all. Like, share, subscribe. And we're going to keep marching forward.